Republican Party leaders offering lots of praise for their candidate Donald Trump, saying he's getting his campaign on the right track and that new polls should soon reflect his improved performance. Let's talk about it now with Nan Hayworth, former Republican Congresswoman from New York, and Dennis Kucinich, former Democratic Congressman from Ohio and a Fox News contributor. Good to have you both here on the set with me.
Great to be with you.
Okay, Congresswoman Hayworth, thank you. I'll start with you. Do you agree with Mr. Priebus?
I do. And Donald Trump has a great plan for the American people, for all the American people. I love the fact that he made a special effort this week to reach out to members of minorities who've been taken advantage of in many ways and taken for granted by, Dennis, not by you personally, but by our candidate, by the Democratic candidate and party. He has a positive message to put America back to work, get our economy going again, make us safe and secure, and that does need to come forward. This was a great week for him.
How do you see it?
First of all, Labor Day is when the presidential campaign hits a reset button, and it'll be a whole new campaign then. Secretary Clinton's campaign is very much aware that this election is not over, and that Donald Trump has shown an ability to recover after many different gaffes and has shown a willingness to hang in there. Now, whether or not that will result in his victory remains to be seen. And she certainly is a formidable candidate. But again, Labor Day, mark that date, because that's when the race to the finish line truly begins, and anything that happens from that point on could sink a candidate.
Well, you know, Kellyanne Conway, Trump's new campaign manager, was on ABC this week discussing debate logistics and working on debate prep. Let's listen, and then we'll talk about it.
He's very engaged with that. It's actually a very enjoyable pursuit for him. He's a natural communicator, a natural connector with people, and the debates are a fabulous opportunity to force a conversation onto substance. I mean, again, what I learned this week, we had a great week, best week so far. But the other thing I learned is I think Donald Trump is back in Hillary Clinton's head.
All right, Congressman Kucinich, should Hillary Clinton be concerned about debating Donald Trump?
In a word, yes, and here's why. If this was a boxing match, Hillary Clinton is a champ because she can win on points. Very few people have the command of the issues that Secretary Clinton does. On the other hand, Donald Trump's like a brawler. And, you know, he could knock himself out, or he could also knock out the other, his opponent. So this is going to be probably one of the most watched presidential debate seasons that we've ever had.
And continuing with that analogy, Congresswoman Hayworth, so if Donald Trump is the boxer, Hillary Clinton has a cut over her eye, and that's her email use of her private server for emails and her trustworthy factor or lack thereof. So how does Donald Trump keep punching on that cut?
Well, one way is by making the transition that he did this week to emphasizing the message and the issues and to getting his own persona in the background, so to speak, so that the real questions about Hillary Clinton's character and integrity and the very legitimate questions, the evidence-based questions about how she dealt with her, the information that should have been protected on behalf of the United States and was not, and what she was doing for the Clinton Foundation and for her own interests as she was Secretary of State. Those are legitimate questions that do deserve attention.
Okay, and Congressman Kucinich, I want to end with you. How does Donald Trump avoid self-inflicted wounds and costly political missteps going forward?
It's important for him to focus on the needs of the American people, to basically step out of his ego and talk about jobs, about the trade, which has hurt the people, about the TPP, which is a horrible trade deal, about Glass-Steagall and what's happening on Wall Street that could end up hurting the economy. If he focuses on economics, he has a chance. If he doesn't, and there's like more gaffes, Hillary Clinton will win easily.
Well, you get the last word, Congressman Kucinich. Congresswoman Hayworth, good to have you both here. And per both of you, this race is far from over.